Well, Ben, since our last episode, I've been hooked on some EDM music. It's been years, but that Sensorium Galaxy refreshed all the house music that I've been missing out on. Some Van Buren. I've been stuck on him again. I hadn't heard that name in a while. Anyways, it is the fourth week of January, 2023. As always, a bunch of news happening, but the biggest news is that you got a whole new setup, including a microphone. I can't wait to share the beautiful voice that I've been on all these years. Now everybody else gets to hear it. So you're going to be an official newscaster now, I think. Oh, what a letdown. I can't hear you.
I was just joking.
Got me.
Yeah, you can't see most of it because it's a new PC and a new monitor and new speakers and a new microphone. I don't even know. Yeah, you can't see that. It's outside the range, but hopefully it increases the quality of these videos, and it will definitely make it easier to edit them post-production. So
yeah. So if you're some of our original subscribers and you actually subscribe to what we've been producing so far, it should get much better from here. So no promises.
Can't get any worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. So what's in the news this week, man? The market took a big jump and it is holding on.
First up, one of the things I like to keep my eye on is the Ethereum burn. Now that they've switched to proof of stake rather than proof of work.
Yeah, good call.
One of the numbers that I saw in the last 18 months, 2,846,703 ETH has been burned thanks to the new protocol. That's around $4.6 billion burned at the current price, which is awesome. Definitely making it a deflationary token, definitely making it a buy and hold token. I mean, it's also one that's getting used a bunch. In fact, for every Ethereum transaction, buying, selling, NFT sales, if you're sending it to a friend, anything like that, a small portion gets burned and it gets used so much. Obviously, that's why they're buying $4.6 billion, or that's why they burned $4.6 billion worth. I found a very cool website called Ultrasound Money. And Ultrasound Money basically just follows the Ethereum network and anything you could ever want to know about it. Shows you, I think this is since the merge. So they've got the dates over here. Can you see that on? Oh, you can't see my mouse. You can't see where my, but anyways, up there it shows, since the merge, the Ethereum supply, what's happening. It's got the time frames down here. You can switch between the last 5 minutes, the last hour, 1 day, 7 days, or the last 30 days to give you an idea of how much they're burning per year. So at this rate, we're burning 746,000 Ethereum per year. And with the price going up per ETH, that is going to be insane amounts of money. We've talked about this a lot with other coins, but a deflationary coin is a coin that not only is not stagnant, it's not staying the same, it's also not growing in size. It's actually getting less and less. So they either get sent to a dead wallet. I'm not sure exactly how Ethereum does it, but these coins are no longer usable. Think about if there was 1 million pounds of gold on the earth, and every time somebody bought or traded gold, they took a small piece of it and shot it into the atmosphere where it just burned up, where it could no longer be used. So if you have one gold coin, every day there's less and less gold in the world, and that coin becomes more valuable. It's already valuable. You can already use it, but the longer you hold on to it, the more valuable it is. So rather than, if you think of the US dollar, if you stick $1,000 in your mattress and come back in 10 years, that $1,000, which wouldn't buy you much today, would buy you even less in 10 years. So Ethereum.
And it would stink like pee. I mean,
maybe under your mattress. Your mattress, not mine.
You don't. That's a sheet back there. Excuse me, ladies. I'm going to go hang myself.
Mattress. But yeah, so the cool part is Ethereum. If you just bought a little bit right now and just held on to it, it does the exact opposite of what the US dollar does. It just gets more and more valuable. It'll go up and down. It rises and lowers, but generally over time, the dollar will decrease in value and Ethereum and Bitcoin will increase in value. And this website, I'm going to link it below. It's ultrasound.money. It has everything. It has stuff that I have no idea what it means, but it shows you. I mean, it's a huge website. It's got graphs. It's got charts and tables. Shows you where most of it's coming from, where it's getting burned, who's trading it the most. It shows you the blocks that are being mined, or is it mined? It's not mined anymore if they're proof of stake being created, but who's got the most locked up. It shows you wallets, monetary premiums, shows you everything. And it's ultrasound.money. Check it out in the link of this video, or in the description of this video, we'll have a link to it. So I thought that was really cool. You could spend some time on there just following along. That'll be real exciting as the market improves and people really start getting back into NFT sales. It'll be fun seeing how much we're burning every week.
Yeah, that's outstanding. Just, hey, real quick, that 0.08. So is that 30 days or is that a year?
That is the supply growth over the last 30 days has shrunk by 0.08.
Wow. Okay. So that is 30 days. Man.
That's 30 days, and that's negative
like
0.08 of a percent.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
Well,
to be burnt. That's impressive, man.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I like that, being an ETH holder.
All right. Next up, this article is talking about New Jersey. New Jersey is just one of the states, but it's one of the states that's particularly rough on crypto. And they've got some legislation going through their Congress about NFT regulation, which the article says can set a poor precedent. But it's really dangerous, because if they manage to go through with this and they start collecting money and fees and licensing and stuff like that, then it looks real tempting to all the other states that, the same way with like sports gambling. It's like everybody saw how much money Nevada was making. Now it's federal law. Anybody can do it, and they're all doing it because of the tax revenue. Same thing's going with licensing and selling marijuana. Once one state does it and sees that it's not terrible, then they all go through with it. But this is terrible, because what this is the Digital Asset and Blockchain Technology Act says you'll have to have a license to own, buy, or sell any digital asset. And it's a license that you'd have to renew every year. So they don't have a price on it, but it would be like having a firearm license in England or something like that, where you have to pay every year to have a license, even if you're just minting an NFT or receiving an NFT. If I wanted to send an NFT to a friend in New Jersey and he got caught with it in his wallet without a license, he could be fined. I doubt imprisoned. I'm sure it's not that serious, but it's just another way for them to squeeze out every bit of money that they can out of everybody. And like I said, if it goes through, if they have to go through with it, if the state has to go through with it, then, what's the next state that goes, you know what, they're making $1 million a year on these licenses, and then they do it, and then they do it. I just got a license or an NFT from the XYO app, the coin app, and it cost me $9.99. It was just a badge saying how many years I've been doing it, been doing it for 4 years. And so they have a little badge that you can mint for $9.99. But it's like, if I was in New Jersey and this law went through, I'd pay $9.99 for that. But then I'd have to go get, $100 a year license or something like that. It doesn't make sense for the very inexpensive NFTs. When they're passing it through the law, they're explaining that, well, these people have NFTs, Bored Ape NFTs that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's like owning digital property. That's like owning a house, but digitally. And they should have to pay property taxes or this or that. So we have to show what we have. And it's just a very slippery slope because, again, decentralization is what we're going for.
Right.
And registering, licensing, and showing every digital asset that we have in every wallet that we own is not the goal.
Yeah, not at all. I hate a lot of feelings and opinions on that, but I'm gonna keep them to myself. It's not good. Don't like to see that. Not surprised, but man, let's hope they don't. Let's hope it doesn't win.
In positive news, Robinhood rolls out its MetaMask wallet competitor to 1 million people that they had on the wait list. It's only for Apple users right now. So they had a wait list on Robinhood. I've made my thoughts on Robinhood very clear over the last year on this channel because of their role during the AMC and the GameStop squeeze, and shutting down all the stuff. It's a very centralized app, so it's a very risky place to put your crypto. But now, instead of just being able to buy basically crypto certificates, which you've been able to buy limited cryptos, now they have an actual wallet that you'll be able to connect to websites that you'll be able to send decentralized crypto to and from. It's actually called a MetaMask competitor, and they're in the beta phase or whatever, testing it out right now. But they had a waiting list with well over 1 million people on the list, so they rolled it out to 1 million of their Apple users, and they're trying it out, working out the bugs. The Android will be coming soon, and it looks like one thing I've never complained about with Robinhood is their user interface. It's a great app as far as the way that it's set up and the way you play with it and the way you interact with it. I just didn't like their politics in the situation above it. But if they keep getting better and better and keep, being more and more pro crypto, it's definitely worth taking a look at.
That's interesting that it came out on the Apple or iOS first, being that it seems like almost all innovations come out on Android first. That seems to be the easier one. So that's interesting that it's Apple first.
Yeah, I don't know
Apple's
why.
Apple's kind of been down on crypto and Web3 a bit, haven't they also?
Right. Plus, they take a percentage of any NFT sales, and they don't allow, crypto exchange money going through their apps and stuff. Because we did some news on that not too long ago. So they're not real pro crypto. So I'm not sure exactly why they went that way, but it just says currently the Robinhood wallet app is only available on iOS mobile devices. So Android support will follow later this year. So very interesting. Something to keep an eye on.
Yep. Innovation.
Even better news. If you're familiar, if you remember Ready Player One, the guy had the full body haptic suit where you can feel people touching. And we've done a couple of links or news articles where we've talked about companies trying to do this. But this VR glove that they're working on, it says it's the most realistic human touch glove available. Obviously, the prototype he's wearing looks pretty huge and bulky, but they start off the article with, what if you could feel the raindrops or beating heart or train in competitive archery, all from the comfort of your home? So if you think about the things that you feel in the real world, the things that we're lacking in the metaverse, companies like this are working on technology like this that allows you to get into to feel it. And it's like the glove, that's obviously one of the most important, because imagine learning to play the piano in the metaverse by using the gloves. Imagine being able to, hug your grandma or pat your kid on the head in the metaverse, and have them be able to feel it, or you be able to feel them. It's very interesting. And obviously the goal will be either a full body haptic suit, or at least a lot of the, your head, your neck, stuff like that. I mean, if you can imagine what they're capable of, if they can make that realistic. I won't go into all the things that it's capable of, but you can imagine all the stuff that you could do. It would just take the VR to the next level. So,
yeah. So it's like it's obviously stimulating your nerve endings, telling your brain like you're actually holding a block
Right.
now or touching.
Right. And so you, in this video, you can't really get probably the full effect. But yeah, imagine reaching down and grabbing an orb in a video game, but not putting your hand over it or moving your controller where the orb is, but actually feeling like you're holding a heavy glass orb, or like the archery, like imagine feeling the string, imagine, the actual
the
control.
tension.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how, as quick as stuff is advancing, how far away is that? Is it 6 months away? Is it 6 years away? Is it 16 years away?
Yeah.
Because you're starting to see there's that one commercial, I can't remember what commercial it is, where they're, it's like two brothers, one's in America, I think, and one's, some South America, something like that, and has like a vest on and they're hugging each other and like the reaction and tears and stuff. You're like, oh, damn.
Right.
Actually, that works.
Yeah. If they can do it, if they can do it on your hands, they can do it on everything else. It's going to be cost and, how cheap they can build it to where it can be mass produced. I'm sure they already have the technology to do it all over, put it on your feet to where it feels like you're walking on rocks or you're walking on sand. I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm sure they can do, but now they have to get it price appropriate for people to have in their home, because that'll be the big thing, is not everybody's going to be able to afford a $20,000 haptic system.
Well, and you can imagine you'll start seeing it, I'm sure they're already using it military purposes, but you probably start seeing it in professional, like a doctor that's halfway across the world, they're outfitting them with it, just maybe not to perform the surgery, but to evaluate or something like that. So,
right. Or especially for training doctors and stuff. I mean, if you can train like what that video showed, where you can train with not real people and be able to do that in a college and mess with, rather than having a live person there, being able to examine and perhaps operate on just for training, that would be huge. The only thing else I have to say for the news is it is January 26th of 2023. Bitcoin is bouncing right. It's at 22,999 right now. Let me share this screen here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's been bouncing right around that 23. Because when I looked just before the show, it was just above it. Oh, there you
just went 23. So yeah, Bitcoin's at $23,000. Ethereum's at 1,604. Those are the big ones. Dogecoin's at 8.5 cents. So I just like to keep track of those. So in the future, now that we've done a year on this channel, it's fun to look back and remember where we were at this time last year. So
yeah, taking a big jump in just a little over a week, 30% or something.
Yes, it has been a good week for all of crypto. Let's look up the last 7 days. Yeah, this jump over here jumped up, and you're right. The best part is it maintained.
Yeah, it's running
usually it goes up and then trickles back down, but in this market, anything up is good and maintaining is even better.
Yeah. Good news, man.
That's what I've got for this week's news.